Good evening, friends. Study with the Pala Engineering and Journal Geology Parvin Singh book. Chapter 7 Structural Feature of Rock on Topography. One of the main effects of the fault on topography is that they very often result in the development of a distinct type of steep slopes, which are aptly called fault scarps. Three types of faults associated scarp are often recognized: fault scarp, fault lines scarp, and composite fault scarp. In fault scarp, the relief is developed due to downwards slip along the fault surface. In the fault line scarps, however, the slopes relief is produced due to process of unequal erosions along the fault lines with the passage of time when a given slope is believed to be the result of both of these processes. The scarp is of a composite type. Beside fault scarp, faulting is also responsible for development of block mountains like Horst and deep elongated valleys called the grabens, and the rift valleys. Faults are also known to cause deflections in the course of a stream. Similarly, in certain regions, a number of springs may come into being along the fault lines that happens to cut across an aquifer. These aligned springs may often prove to be an important evidence of faultings in the region. So, in figure, recognition of faulting. Recognition of fault on the grounds very often demands a thorough and systematic geological and very often geophysical studies of the status often to considerable depth. The evidence of faultings lies in their effect on the faulted rocks in particulars and on the topography of the area in general. It is only on the basis of geological map prepared in the area and recordings of such evidence that the naturals and types of faults as also its extent can be established. Very common and characteristic field evidence of faultings is summarized as follows: presence of slackened sides, it's an exposed and or covered surface may be suspected of being a fault surface if it is polished and carrying groups and stations similarly presence of brachiated zones and or shared malonized materials at the base of a slope. So fault scarp indicate the possibilities of a fault. Abnormal behavior of a strata. In any regions made up of stratified rocks, a normal order of superposition is to be expected under normal conditions, but when the region is suspected to have undergone tectonic deformations, many abnormalities in the sequence may be observed. The following abnormalities may be indicative of faultings: abrupt terminations. A group of beds or some veins or dikes may abruptly terminate along a surface in a given region. This may generally be due to breaking of the strata into the blocks and movement of the disrupted blocks away from each other. Sometimes the two displaced parts are easily visible, and at other times there's a previous continuities can be established after some field work. The evidence is then conclusive. Repetitions and omissions. When in the field the same layers or rock is encountered more than once in a certain section, that is, it is repeated in space and faulting in indicated. Similarly, omissions of certain bits in some directions, as proved by thorough study of stratigraphies of the regions, is also indicative of faultings. Offset its disruptions of the bits due to faultings generally result in their displacement, which may be determined in terms of slip separations, offset, and gap. It's when any one or more such features of displacement are observed, faulting is indicated. Thank you.